Hey,
Hi. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You're in the commentary zone, and we have a special ripped from the headlines. And it's in honor of our favorite Southern Charm that will be doing part two of their reunion tonight.
I mean, they've been. It's so interesting that the show itself was a little lackluster compared to
Mhm.
previous seasons. There were some challenges that I'm aware of that. I'm okay giving them a pass for this season. But it seems like the reunion is going to be better than the actual season.
Craig. Craig
Craig,
We talked about this already. Craig just came out the box hard and hard from Madison and released a little secret about, some alleged secret rendezvous with some ex sports star. And it's just blown up to the point where people are now issuing denials.
I mean, I know. I was just like, okay, like for me, if there were no truth to it, you'd be like, "You crazy? Where's the proof at? Where's the receipts? Blah blah blah." And like we've heard, it's interesting that we've heard from the sister of Madison. That kind of surprised me. Like, why is the sister talking?
Oh dear. Oh
I'm
dear.
like, sisters out there giving denials. I'm like, okay. And then as we can see here, Madison's denying, and
But she's
what
denying that she's never been physical.
physical?
What's that mean? You
Like, right? Like, it's not. I was like, what were you doing? Was everything virtual? Like, was there like a virtual affair? What's going on here? Because it's interesting. If we go back to reunion,
Mhm,
Craig says she flew down to meet the ex Major League Baseball player.
mhm.
Um, Austin come like he feels like he's adamant the same accusation Craig had. I'm like,
Yes.
y'all are very adamant that she did this, and she's kind of calm-ish for someone who's innocent. So I'm trying to figure out like who's really telling the truth here. And I know you heard something too about some edited footage. Was it the ex MLB player's name was actually said on the reunion? They had to go back and edit it out. What's the actual
Allegedly, someone who was on the set said that the name of the sports star was said, and they had to go back and edit that footage out and bleep out the name, to take it out. Um, and I could see why they would do that because it is an
Mhm.
unsubstantiated claim. There's no receipts, as we like to say in the streets. Um, but it seems like Craig and Austen came prepared to throw her to the wolves. And
I
then in
mean,
this page six article, even like LeCroy's friends said that she had an affair with the slugger. You need to reevaluate your friends, girl. Mm.
you really do. I mean, you have to pick your friends better because they should not be putting you
Mhm.
out here on blast. That's just rude. I
Mhm.
mean,
And
it's
she
interesting,
she repeats here, they've spoken on the phone.
right?
Why why? What's the reason for you to be speaking on the phone with him?
The interesting is exactly interesting. My question is that you've spoken on the phone. How did you speak on the phone? Did you guys speak through Instagram or did he DM you his phone number? That's another piece that people aren't asking. That's very important because if it's just Instagram, I'm like, okay, you guys are just flirting, having some fun. But when you DM someone your phone number to contact you on your personal cell number, that's a whole different thing to me.
But quite honestly, the DMing is bad because he's whole hella engaged to J-Lo.
I agree, but I think if she has been DMing, if she has been calling him on his personal cell phone number,
But why
that
gotta be her calling him?
either or like he some way if he had basically what I guess what I'm trying to say is if he gave her his number, that leads me to speculate there's something else going on more than just the phone calls because if it's just like some some like good natured fun or whatever, you can stick it to the DMs. Why you gotta be talking on the phone like that?
Honestly, I think the DMs are just as bad as the phone, especially when you're whole hella engaged to someone else. Like DMs and liking people's pictures. And we have to admit, she puts up some racy imagery.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you need to keep those hearts, those double taps, and the little DM messages. You need to keep those to yourself.
Here's,
Eh, just
here's the
go
thing.
up and like J Lo's page.
Right. Here's my thing. The reason why I consider the phone worse than DMs is this is why. DMs pretty much anyone who follows you can DM you. Okay?
Mhm.
But for someone to call you on your cell phone, not through Instagram, means you knowingly, willingly gave them your
Mhm.
phone number, which to me says intent. So that's why I feel
Yeah,
the phone number is worse than the DMs. The DMs are bad, especially when you're a whole engaged. But when you add in, you call her on the phone, or she calling you, and allegedly, um, several times while she's working out at the gym. Is that what we're doing?
I agree with you. I agree with you, but my whole thing is don't start it.
Right.
Don't
Rule
start.
number one: don't start.
Then you and I would not be having this conversation.
Exactly. Agreed.
And then okay, so this is her denial saying that we were never physical. That's shady. But then
Right.
he goes, this is his response. This is how he clarifies things.
Mhm.
Alex Rodriguez never met Southern Charms Madison LeCroy. What does that mean?
Right. Never met.
They're making this messier.
My favorite part is this. In an interview with Page Six on Wednesday, LeCroy claimed that the pair have spoken on the phone, in quotes, in calls that were said that she said were innocent, in quotes, but said they have never met up and never been physical. Never had any kind of anything, just an acquaintance. Really? An acquaintance? And you're an acquaintance. How did you guys meet? Where did you meet? Because I haven't heard of A Rod having businesses in Charleston. Does A Rod have businesses in Charleston? So where did y'all? I wonder where did y'all meet?
They met with him double tapping on his phone and
Uh,
liking one of her stupid pictures. And she probably said, "Oh, look who liked my picture. Let me send him a DM." Or he was like, bored one night. Look at this little thirst trap right here. He was bored one night, saw it, and said, "Let me send her a DM and tell her how good she looked." And she responded.
mm-hmm. I'm not mad at her for responding. Completely honest, if he reached out first, but sir, ma'am, innocent. I'm interested in this story because the denials are the same, and her sister had felt the need to come out and denounce this whole alleged tryst. That interests me.
Well, his spokesperson did this denial. So I guess her sister is now her spokesperson
Okay.
because, she's
Okay.
fancy now. Um th- this individual, A-Rod, is not the first sports star that she's been linked with. Because to be honest, when Craig said MLB, I got confused and
Oh,
I thought it was the other dude that was
NFL.
separated.
Jay
Right.
Cutler. Jay
I
Cutler.
see, I didn't wanna say no names. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
Oh, that's in print though.
I know it is, but we don't have any backup. But I thought it was that dude because that was what was in my head. I knew about that one, but this one,
Yeah, it confused. and it confused me when he said XMLB. I'm like, no, no, that person's in NFL. Where you talk ex NFL? What are you talking about? And then they kept saying MLB. I'm like, oh, you're serious? You really do MLB? I'm like, what? What's going on here?
But she's also establishing a pattern here of what she's going after.
I have a question for you. Is she
Mm.
trying to be Evelyn Lozada?
Maybe she's
I'm,
the 2.0, the younger version, the
I
upgrade.
mean, I'm just saying because like she allegedly she's got NFL, MLB. I mean, like, hey, why not go for the NBA and NHL to get the like quartet, get it going? I'm not mad at you. I just want to know if it's true because it's very interesting the timing of this alleged news.
It could be like, throwing out some chum in the water to
Mhm.
get the viewership up for the reunion shows. It could be.
True.
Um,
But Craig and Austin were very adamant.
but
Like,
Craig is the bone carrier for this show.
yes,
Craig knows all the dirt.
and I'm skeptical. Exactly, and I'm skeptical on these things. But Craig is the bone carrier, number one,
Mhm.
two, and I've never seen Craig lie.
He was real upset about this. He really was.
Very.
Yeah, he was very this had nothing to do with him other than I guess Austen was at his house at the time all of this was rolling down, like when she
Mhm.
went away for the alleged meetup. But why is he so angry? And don't tell me it's because she said something about his girlfriend sleeping with Austen. It was just too much passion for
Way too much.
that. Um, but yeah, I would love to know how Craig found out. And I want to know, like, did they do it to juice up, viewers to get more viewers to look at the reunion? I would agree with it if they did it just for that. But she's establishing a pattern of dipping her toes into water that they shouldn't be.
Hmm. I agree.
And their denials, both Madison and A-Rod, their denials just make it, they're just very vague and misleading.
Right,
They give me more questions.
and they're very similar, if not the same.
Hmm. And
So
I
that's
think they
that,
came out the same day too.
because what that makes me think is like since the wording is so similar, are these coordinated?
Probably his PR people got together with her and her sister and said, look, this is what you say. We've already sent you the script. Stick to the script. This is how we're going to play this.
So it looks like, according to the article stamps, the page six article came out um, February 3rd. So yesterday at 6:28 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then the timestamp on People's article is February 3rd, 11:14. So about 5 hours apart. That's very
Well,
just very
isn't he a
interesting.
gentleman letting her go first?
Now, this is a gentlemanly thing to do. So this bears watching, especially on tonight's reunion. I want to know if
Mm-hmm.
they're going to revisit this because according to the trailer, I guess the commercial,
Mm-hmm.
they do address it. Austin's like, I
Again.
am like 100% blah 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 sure. If I remember
Well,
the commercial correctly, so I definitely am going to tune in. I just want to know how if they're going to really dig deep on this one because the people want to know.
no, you want to know.
I'm part of the people. I want to know
Oh my
if she
God.
because I need this might make or break whether I want her to come back or not.
Oh, you
I'm
want her
just
to
saying.
come back?
Without Austin, yes.
I want both of them to go, to be quite honest.
That's another show we have planned. So, but this is
Okay,
good.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
these have like this is a good story. They both made their statements.
Mhm.
So I'm interested to see if anything comes out, if any kind of real receipts come out. So we might have to just wait and stay tuned for this one for another headline.
I'm there. If you guys have any comments on all of these nasty little accusations, leave them below in the comments section. Um, if you like this little tidbit, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're alerted every time we send out new content. Tell a friend, have them join the conversation with us.
And a
And
big thanks
until,
to,
oh,
and I'll say a big thanks to Page Six and to people for the source material.
yes, and links to both articles are in the description box.
All right, have a
Until
great
next
day.
time, bye.
Bye.